at 7:30. Roll call, please.
Blackstock, excused. Blair.
Here.
Horn.
Here.
Pat Salas. Here. Oda.
Here.
Town here. Simons.
Here. Kathy, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, moving on to approval of the agenda. Is there any additions or deletions that we'd like on the agenda as presented? If not, a motion to accept the agenda as presented would be in order.
I'll make the motion that we approve the agenda as presented.
Support. It's been moved and supported that we approve the agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the approval of the minutes of March 5, 2018.
I'll make a motion, if there are no additions or corrections, that we approve the minutes of March 5, 2018.
I'll support.
It's been moved and supported that we approve the minutes of March 5, 2018. Any further comments? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have public comment. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak on anything that's not on the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. We have the C1 February 2018 Marine City Fire Report. Excuse me. We have C2, the 2017 Annual Water Plant Reports. We have the C3, the March 7th, 2018 Historical Commission Minutes. We have the C4, the February 2018 St. Clair Fire Report. We have the C5 is the February 14th, 2018 Park Commission Minutes. And the C6 is the February 2018 Revenue and Expenditure Report. I would like to comment that we have Mr. Dwayne Loper, our water supervisor, here to talk about the water report. It's the annual report. If anybody has any questions, or maybe you can just hit the highlights of it if you want, Dwayne.
For year end 2017, the water plant had a pretty normal year, considering the years past. A lot of the numbers almost mirror what 2016 had. There was very little difference in the amount of water that was distributed to our customers. Very little change in the amount of water that was billed to our customers. One thing significant, it's not changed, but at least we've kind of hit a plateau, is our lost water that we don't bill but still produce is 25% of our production for the year. So typically, water plants will experience 10 to 20% without a lot of alarm. Once you get over 20, it's, things need to be done, actions need to be taken, and I know that Blaine is actively pursuing some things. I won't speak to those because it's not something that I deal with on a regular basis, but I know that Blaine is working on those things. There are some communities in Michigan that deal with water loss up to 50%, so we're not lucky per se, but we don't have it as bad as some communities, but our infrastructure is aging. We've talked about asset management and some steps that we can take to be proactive in finding those leaks and repairing them so that it's not a catastrophic loss where we have to bring in outside resources to fix things, So those are some steps that we're working with Larry and the rest of the board to kind of find remediation. Did you have any questions to the report as presented?
I don't know if it's a question of the report, Dwayne, but I know last week we saw some things in Macomb County about the drinking water in Ira Township, and, can we let our residents assure that we're fine?
You can let your residents know if they have any questions, they can direct them to me. The state is taking steps to inspect all 1,300 community water supplies in Michigan for these chemicals, because these chemicals are found in things that we use every day, and they've been part of our manufacturing enterprise since the 1930s, 40s, 50s. They have taken steps to remove it from some processes, but others, it's still a regular occurrence for them to use this chemical. So the state is being proactive. They've met with myself and some other local water plants, as well as other state agencies, and the steps they're taking are proactive. The levels that have been detected in our area are very low. There are other parts of the state that are dealing with levels that are well over the health action levels, and we are like 2 parts per million, or I'm sorry, 2 parts per trillion, which is really 2 drops, not 2 droppers full, but 2 drops in 13 million gallons of water. So it's very small amounts, but again, they're going to start looking to see if they can find hot spots where that contamination is coming from, and sharing information as fast as they get it with the local communities.
Okay.
So
I just want to commend you guys, do a very nice job over there.
well, we try, and I've been in touch with Larry, trying to keep him up to date with everything that's happening at the plant, as soon as I can. That way he can let you know. We try to keep the lines of communication open as much as we can. So,
Thank you.
And I think we're doing a good job. I mean, this has been our biggest target, is this lost water. I mean, we've been working on that from the flushing to now you can see we have it on the report, the flushing water, how many
Yep.
gallons. We thought it was there, but that's such a small number now.
yeah, Blaine has, again, taken some steps. He has,
But that meter audit, that should help us out some if we find somewhere there's some miscalculation on how we're billing people.
Absolutely.
That could be a problem there. And then I think we should go back to the metering of the, between the 2 townships.
Yep.
I think that's a biggie there.
those things can help. I know Blaine is
I
looking.
know Blaine works on it every day, where we're losing water, it seems like an awful lot. In the last year, I know we found a couple of major leaks,
Yep,
and
and he is,
we've repaired them.
I think he is working on presenting something to find or utilize a leak detection technology,
Yeah,
that will help detect leaks just from vibrations in the ground. So,
yeah. It's amazing what's out there, but I mean, what's out there is expensive. And to get that technology, you gotta pay for it. Anybody else have any questions for Dwayne?
I don't have a question, but I did want to say, I think you guys are doing a great job. When I go to my sink and turn on the water, I know how hard you work and how hard the other employees over at the water plant work to make sure that my water is safe. So thank you.
well, we appreciate the support we get from you, but again, the guys do spend a lot of time, holidays, weekends, just making sure that we can provide a quality product to our customers, and we do appreciate everything that the board does for us.
And we're very appreciative to you, but one other thing maybe you can mention, Dwayne, is about changing the train out. You're getting ready to change a filter train out?
Yeah, so typically in the past, replacing our filters has been kind of a traumatic experience, usually an unexpected expense. This is the first time in the history of the plant that we have a scheduled replacement. So it's been 10 years since the townships have bought filters.
3 of them, didn't we, that back then?
Yep, we bought 10. You would have replaced all of our filters at once because of something that happened at our intake. So this
Right.
time, it's been 10 years. We're going to start to phase in new filters over the next 3 years. The Sewer and Water Authority has budgeted money, so at no unexpected expense to either township, the monies are there, and then the plan is in place to keep reserving those funds for the next 10 years. And so when the next set are need to be purchased, the monies will be there as well. And that all goes in line with asset management, making sure that you have monies there for those replacements when they should happen, and then having some money set aside for emergency repairs and replacement.
I was going to ask you about the filters since you changed over. Are they lasting a lot longer?
Yep, 10 years. 10 years, and
That's great.
typically the indicator of when you need to have new fibers is when they go through a cleaning process, and you typically see some sort of recovery, their ability to recover from a clean. Now the fibers are at the point where they don't recover as well. So typically, when you start to see that happening, it's time to replace them. And
I know when they first built the plant, it seemed like we were changing them one right after the other.
yes, yeah, I think you did 3 replacements in short order in the first 5 or 6 years.
That's right.
So,
And our guys are doing the replacement on those filters too. They're gonna do it in-house. So
yep,
that'll,
we do have one technician that will pretty
From
much
the
supervise
company.
us from the manufacturer, but yeah, the guys will do the bulk of the work.
yeah, that's good.
So.
Thank you for a great job.
No,
And
again,
all the
thank you
guys
for
down
your
there.
time this evening, and
Thanks, Dwayne.
as always, the plant, as long as we're there, you're welcome to come visit it. My phone number is pretty much in every directory. If you have questions, call me anytime. You know, we're here to serve you and the public, so.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Dwayne.
God bless you and have a good
You
evening.
can leave if you want. You don't have to stick around for the whole thing. Okay, next, we need a motion to accept the consent agenda if there's no other questions.
Also move.
I'll support.
Been moved and supported that we accept the consent agenda as presented. No further discussions. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Moving on to disbursements, we have invoices for $142,995.21. We have accounts payable of $392,520.92. We have a payroll direct deposit of $26,909.90. We have ETF payment of $9,219.78. We have a tax account of $299,222.75 for a total disbursement of $870,868.56.
I'll make a motion, we pay the bills in the amount of $870,868.56.
Okay, we have a motion and a support that we pay the bills in the sum of $870,868.56. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Blair,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Salas,
Yes.
Odoff,
Yes.
Brown, yes, Simons.
Yes, motion carries. Moving on to new business. We have the resignation of Brett Ames from this, as a sewer plant operator.
Didn't last long.
You got copies in your packet of it, I believe. Hated to lose Brett, but I hope he's going on to bigger and better things. What's that?
Didn't he go back to his old company?
I think he did, yeah. I guess we need a motion to accept his resignation, I guess is what we should.
I'll make a motion that we accept Brett Ames's resignation with regrets. Did a nice job for us, and it's gonna be a tough one to replace.
I'll support.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the resignation of Brett Ames from the sewer plant with regrets. Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Good luck, wherever your travels take you to, Brett. You did a good job for us, and we were glad to have you. Like Angela said, you'll be hard to be replaced. All right, moving on to new business, we have the agreement with the Marine City Little League. I gave you a copy of what we had last year. I would think that would be sufficient.
This is something we do every year, and it's a service agreement with the Marine City Little League. That
Correct.
wherever we need them to do something for us, they do it. And I'll make a motion that we agree to a $100 donation to the Marine City Little League, as requested.
I'll support that.
Okay, we have a motion and we have a second
Who supported it?
to enter a maintenance agreement with, isn't that what you called it?
Service agreement.
Service agreement. Make sure you say service agreement in there. service agreement with Marine City Little League. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Horn,
Yes.
Patsalis.
Yes.
Oda,
Yes.
Town, yes. Simons,
Yes,
Blair.
Yes.
motion carries. All right, moving on to announcements. I really don't have any announcements, so we'll move on to member comments. Mr. Horn,
I have nothing.
okay. Mr. Pasal,
I have nothing this evening, Larry, thank you.
Mr. Boda,
I have nothing this evening, thank you.
Mr. Town?
Nothing tonight.
I do.
Clear. Good. What do you have there, Kathy?
We wanted to say a big thank you to Simon Douglas, who had to resign unexpectedly from the Historical Commission. We're looking for a new member to replace Simon, who did a great job. And if you're interested in becoming a member, it's a lot of volunteering at the Red Brick, and you can put in as much time or as little time as you want to put, but you just have to love the
When
Red
did he
Brick.
resign? I didn't see.
Just in the last week.
Oh, I haven't seen anything. Okay. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Thank you. I had just a couple of things. One, remember I brought it up to you 2 meetings ago about the EDA wants to come and talk to us. Would you guys just rather have them come here, or do you want to go someplace where they're at? I'd say just have them
I'd
come
rather
here.
them come here.
Okay. That's all I needed to know.
Don't talk to us otherwise.
Last week, I got PCE, our engineers in here, and we went over that sewer asset management that we paid them to do. I wanted some clarification on what all these numbers meant. Well, there is an increase in there, but they're doing it on a flat rate. And I said, we can't have that, we gotta have it by the 1,000 gallons, how much is it gonna cost per 1,000 gallons if we gotta raise anything? Didn't know if we have to raise anything. Like, we were just looking at the sewer, and, we're pretty good on the sewer, but I still think we should keep all of our numbers going the way that we're going, by the thousands of gallons and not by a flat rate. So, when I get that, I'll bring that to the board. It'll probably be the next meeting, you'll have that. We just met last Friday.
I think that'd be the best way to do it, Larry, is by the thousands gallons. I mean, charging a flat rate, would it be a flat rate per household? I mean, so a family of
That's what he
5?
broke it down. I didn't bring the report in here, but he broke it down, and it's roughly $50 per household, which I
That
said,
wouldn't
I
be-
don't see how you can do that, because our commercial customers use a lot more.
Right.
And I think it's gotta be done by the thousands of gallons.
Marysville went by flat rate for a lot of
Larry, I
years.
think Marysville does a
Marysville
flat
went
rate.
flat rates. I think they still have flat rates yet.
Marysville has flat rates for their water.
Yeah.
I'm talking sewer.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
And our sewers go off our water rates,
That's right.
so. I think we gotta know what it is per 1,000 gallons in order to do it that way, so. That'll be coming. The sewer plant operator, Brett Ames, I don't know what we wanna do with that right now. I haven't talked to Chuck about it, but
you have to post it, don't you?
you have to post it for 5 days at least for in the township itself. But I'll get more on that for the next meeting, on that. Other than that, that's all I really have, so I guess a motion to adjourn would be in order.
I'll make that motion.
Who's here doing it? I'll make a motion that we adjourn at 40, what was it? 48?
Who supported?
Nobody.
We have a motion, we have a second.
I'll support.
Uh,
Angela was waiting.
We have a motion and support. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.
How you been feeling?